Bang, bang. What's going on, guys? You're tuned to another edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. So, as I'm your host, Preston, joined by Mr. Danny Betts. We're going to break down this weekend's big time main event. We have the return of Carlos Adames taking on former champion Julian Williams. Before we get into that fight, we have to go over last week's action, which went basically 1-1, I would say. Both fighters do get the victory, one in much more impressive fashion than the other. We'll go off the guy who fought the fighter who did not want to fight. Regis Prograis gets the job done at home, wins a decision against Zarilla. I don't want to say it was a controversial decision. I saw some people on Twitter saying he lost the fight. I don't see how he lost the fight when the guy he fought literally did not want to fight him. But Prograis gets the job done, gets the win. Danny, thoughts on that? What's going on? Barney, new member. Shout out Barney. Andrew G, what's up?
Andrew G, what's up, man? Barney, welcome to the family, bro. Complete opposite fights. Like we got Tim Tszyu making another statement. The first round, the first couple minutes, he got him out of there quicker than Errol Spence did, and he made sure everybody knew that. That was definitely a statement. I mean, he was supposed to fight Charlo. He keeps trying to fight Charlo, but Charlo, is going through some shit, and he's just being inactive. I've been saying strip him, but I mean, I don't know what he has for the belts, or he's got something on somebody. Cause
yeah, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been like 2.5 years, but like awesome performance by Tim Tszyu. The Prograis fight with Danielito, I mean, it was a style wise. Danielito was playing it super safe, like not trying to do too much, moving all over the place. And that style is not good for Prograis because he's like a counter puncher, try to break you down, set you up in traps. So it was just a bad style for each other to make a horrible fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. I've seen a lot of people saying Danielito won, which I can get, but like he didn't do enough. Like, bro, you find the champion, and I am not that guy that says, "Oh, you have to beat the champion," because that's bullshit. But like he was like, he's got to do more than that. What's up, Razor? Shout out to Razor out there. It's just it was tough for Prograis. I kind of see this fight like the Boots Ennis fight. You remember when he fought his last opponent? I forget his name. He had a lot of movement. The same thing. He was running around. Yeah. And Ennis had a hard time trying cut the ring off and get him out of there. It was just too much, nothing going on with these guys. But Andrew G said, did he pull a Sander Martin? Yeah, but Martin actually did more work than Danielito. Soraya, like, I mean, it was just boring, bro. It was a bad performance from both boxers.
Yeah, going into the fight, we kind of talked about his previous big fight was against Barbosa. Same thing happened against Barbosa. He refused to engage. That's why he lost the fight. When he engaged, he looked decent, but he's just a boring fighter. I don't know how and what company is going to put their money behind him if he doesn't want to engage, in a fight. So, yeah, Prograis needed the win, got the win. Hurts him, though, because I don't think many top names are going to be calling out his name anytime soon.
Who, Prograis?
Yeah, at 140.
Well, actually, it's kind of like the opposite. It's kind of like the Haney train. Somebody sees Haney fight Lomachenko. A lot of people thought he lost or a bad performance, and they're like, "Oh, I want a piece of him because he looks beatable." Haney and him were actually on the phone. Prograis, I guess Haney's dad was there at the fight, and Prograis was talking to him, and Haney called his son, Devin Haney, on video chat, and they were talking shit to each other. So I don't know if that's the next fight for them, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely, because Haney, debatable. He got the decision, but like you said, I think people think he's beatable for sure. As Danny said, what's going on? Razor, Cab in the building. What's up, Cab? So we can move on from that. Was last week. We'll move on to this week, which should be, I think, a pretty exciting fight for however long it lasts. It may be a short one. This is a big one here. Carlos Adames is going to fight Julian Williams. Current odds at mybookie.ag. They actually do have the odds up. Have Adames at minus 575. Comeback on Julian Williams plus 375. No round prop yet. No KO prop. There is one book has a KO prop. Adames by KO minus 200. You like Williams hit by KO plus 700. Whatever the round prop is, unless it's super short, I'm already leaning under. But Danny, I'll let you start off Williams first.
By the way, your sound's going low again. Yeah, it's minus 200 on bet 365. We got Williams and Adames. Adames is explosive, bro. Like, got good footwork. He could switch stances. He could box southpaw, orthodox. Williams is a good technical boxer. Good jab, good movement. But the thing with Williams I don't like, and I know a lot of people don't like, he's been knocked out twice, and obviously it was from Charlo and Rosario. But he's got questionable chin, like he does not like getting hit. And find a guy like Adames, which a lot of people don't know this guy, bro. But for me, he's like one of the best at 160. He's, a sleeper in my eyes. The dude's explosive, like I said, good power. He changed his game a little bit. He took a L a couple years back by decision. He used to be a real like pressure fighter, but he would slow down in the second half a lot. And now he's a little bit more patient, more technical, switch stances, pick you apart, and then throws those big shots once in a while. I think this is a recipe for another knockout. And there's a little trend. Like P was saying earlier, there's not a lot of props out there. Shout out to Tone out there in the chat, Real Deal Prime. Both times he was knocked out, Williams, they were both in the fifth round. So I want to see what that fifth round prop is for Adames knockout. Just a little sprinkle, a little trend going on with his little chin problem. So, and one thing I noticed, if you look at Williams' boxing matches, he likes to box on the inside. He's got an inside game, but once you pressure him, he backs up with that chin up there. And, like, if he has time, he'll clinch you up, or move out the way. Like, he really doesn't want to get hit. And in my opinion, I don't think he's going to have enough time to keep doing that repeatedly for the whole fight because Adames is too explosive. His hooks and especially that uppercut that he throws, it comes, like, in, like, half a second, bro. Like, you don't see that coming. So, I see a highlight reel here. Minus 200 ain't bad either. I think he gets him out of there, honestly. If Williams, I could see the way Williams could win this fight is just being safe, outboxing him from the outside. But I just don't think this is kind of like a Tim Tszyu against Harrison, in my opinion, style-wise. Once Adames figures out his tendencies and stuff like that, and Williams doesn't have the craziest power, Adames ain't gonna respect it. And I think eventually he'll just keep pressuring him until he gets the highlight reel knockout.
Yeah, no, I mean, no discrepancy here. New name in the chat, Turpy MMA. Sup, guys? What's going on?
What up?
Turpy MMA. That's why I kind of did a little prelude there with I'm curious to see what they make the round prop.
Yeah. Or the over-under. I want to see that, too.
Yeah, because I think Adames gets him out of there. So I watched Julian Williams. He lost to Vladimir Hernandez. This was on the Wilder Fury card. He was on the probably the Fox portion. I rewatched that fight. And this guy was getting caught by this I'm not saying a bum, but not really a great fighter. And Adames has a very good win against Derevyanchenko, who we just saw almost beat Munguia, lost a very close fight.
Olympian.
Yeah, and a great boxer. This is all types of wrong for Julian Williams here. Adames KO. Right now, minus 200 is the only book that has it, but we'll see what other books have once my bookie drops it as well. Under Adames, I just think his power is going to be too much, and Williams, as Danny said earlier, does not like getting hit. Turpy says hit the like button. That would be much appreciated. Everyone hit that like button. As Big Show has scrolled down there, join the Weeby Pub and membership. $4.99 a month, 18 cents a day. Join Barney. Barney's a new member. Get like Barney and join the Weeby Pub and membership. We also have Prize Picks, prizepicks.com, promo code PUBSPORTS. 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. Deposit 100, get the 100. Sharpie will put money in your pocket. Big Show too. Big Show was giving out some hitter props last night. Shout out Corbin Carroll with the home run late. Prizepicks.com, promo code PUBSPORTS. And as always, buymeacoffee.com/PUBSPORTSRadio. Any and all donations go towards a future trip to the East Coast. buymeacoffee.com/PUBSPORTSRadio. Anything chat wants, any questions, any new updates? We did have one update. Danny retweeted it. David Morrell, he's going to fight Benavidez, supposedly.
And then Benavidez tweeted out like it wasn't signed completely or something like that.
No?
Supposedly. So I don't know what's going on, but I think that fight does happen anyways, regardless, but I hope that's going to be. And I called that one after their fights, man. I wanted that matchup. Even though Morrell, I think it's a little bit too soon. He's only got 9 fights, but he definitely has the talent.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. Benavidez looks very, very tough. Wish Canelo would fight him, but who knows what
Canelo's ducking the shit out of Benavidez.
Yeah, who knows what Canelo wants to do. Charlo, I heard Charlo, but Mexican Independence Day's coming up there, Canelo, if you want that fight. So, anything else, Danny? I know Berlanga is fighting Jason Quigley. Huge, huge favorite. I think like minus 1,500. You'd think he'd get the KO, right?
Minus 1,200 on bet 365. I think his KO is minus 300. I think he does. I mean, Quigley's been knocked out 3 times, I think it is. All 3 of his losses or 2 of his losses. He should, man, but I just want to see his, like we were saying, I forget the last matchup he had with Berlanga, but we just want to see improvements, you know what I mean? Like set traps, set his right hand up and things like that. Like obviously you're not going to go in there knocking people out in the first round so easily. I do think he gets him out of there, but I think I'm going to stay away betting wise. I want to see it first, see if he made improvements. It's New York, his hometown. Obviously, sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. Like Prograis, for instance, hometown. Like he even said he was nervous. He had the jitters and things like that. So, it's probably a pass for me, bro.
Isn't it the Puerto Rican parade this week? Or was that?
Well, yeah, it's a week 10, but they did it last week too. Remember that card with Teofimo, and they had like a bunch of Puerto Rican boxers on that card. Like Xander Zayas and yeah, because
I know Cotto would always fight in June, big fights. I remember he fought Zab Judah June 07. That was back in the day. Turpy asking, you guys like bare knuckle boxing? Probably BKFC. Have not really been keeping up with too much BKFC. Besides, I think Mike Perry fought Luke Rockhold.
Yeah. I like watching it whenever I get a chance for sure. Because, I mean, shit, there's violence all day.
Yeah, it's a little much for me.
I love it.
Although I'll say boxing's probably worse head-wise, like trauma-wise, because they have the padding and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's a little much for me. That should do it. We'll wrap up here quickly. Best bet, just because there's not a ton of odds available, I'm going to have to go pretty generic. Adame's KO minus 200 is available at a couple books. So that's what I'm going to go with. I know Danny was liking a round prop, but Danny, go ahead. Best bet.
No, I completely agree. I got to see where these the over-under is at and the round props, but minus 200 is not a bad price for the knockout. I think he gets it done. Just check me out on Twitter at Denny Betts because I got to wait until these props go out. See if that trend keeps going. Round 5, Williams gets knocked out again.
Yeah, and Andre there in the chat is asking how has J-Rock Julian Williams looked recently. Not good.
Not that great, bro.
Not
Honestly,
good.
he ever since he got that upset with Jared Hurd, we know how much of a fraud he is now. He has not looked that good. You know, that was his highlight pretty much, and I mean that's about it, honestly.
Yeah, I want to say he's being like quote fed to the wolves, but he had that one potential bounce back, loses a split decision to a journeyman, and yeah, kind of stinks. So we'll see.
It would be a huge win for Williams if he gets this upset. Like,
oh yeah, it would put him right back in the thick of everything.
Yeah,
I just think it's too tough of a fight. But
yeah, same.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I know next week Danny is on his way to, is it Toledo?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And yeah, Andre's saying the same thing we are. Does not trust his chin.
At all, bro. That's why I like that knockout. Well, we do. We all like the knockout.
Yeah. So hopefully Julian Williams gets, not Williams, Adames gets it done this week.
Think about UFC too.
I know. Yeah, too much. Yeah, we have UFC, we have PFL every week now. It's nuts. Yeah, hopefully Adames gets a win by KO. Really like that. Next week, Danny will be off to Toledo. We'll break down that fight. That's a big step up too for Jared Anderson. He'll fight with someone with some capable boxing experience. We'll see if he continues his KO streak. But we'll see you guys then. This was the main event on Talkin Hands. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for Jared Big Baby Anderson. Peace, guys.
Yes, sir.